Good morning. It's afternoon when these go out. Well, it depends where you're on the road, I guess. But today I'm looking at your websites. I put a shout out on my Patreon, on the Facebook group, and on YouTube. I've selected a random selection. There's been no purpose in the choice here of websites to look at. Obviously, I've prioritised my fellow patrons because thanks for the support, guys. Appreciate it. But that's what we've done. Now, let's just break this down to what we're looking at here, because this is different to the last one. We're not looking at how your website's built and your SEO performance, because that actually has very little bearing on photography. We're not looking at the quality of your work so much, although I do mention it a few times, but that's not what this is. What I'm going to do is open up a load of tabs as if I was a creative director, an art buyer, or someone needing a photographer, and I'm going to look at your website and tell you straight away whether you're a yes or a no. Does your website work? Yes. Why? Does it not work? And also why? Like, what would they do? Would they look at your website and just close the tab straight away? Or would they go into it and understand who you are? Would they look at it and be confused and go, what on earth does this person offer? Or would it be a very clear, yes, this is what they do. It's not what we want, but this is what they do. And that's how we're going to look at this, because I think this is the best way to review a photographic website. It's not the quality of the work, because that's a completely separate thing. It's, does this website tell us who you are as a photographer? Is it easy to navigate? And can I book you easily? So let's dive into the computer and have a look at those. What you can see here in this tabathon at the top is pretty much what any client's going to see. And what I'm going to tell you is what your website says about you. I'm going to review this from the point of view of a client. Now, obviously, I can't pretend I'm looking for something, because you're all different genres of photography, different styles, different levels. But I'm going to tell you what your website says about you. Now, although your website's on here, don't panic. People won't be able to Google and this show up, so it's not going to affect you in the future. This is a good way to get feedback for free. Normally, I do charge money for this. So there we go. Now, if you do want a full portfolio review, this is kind of the reason I'm able to do this, is because off the back of it, I'm advertising my wares. If you want a portfolio review from someone who works in the industry, who is a commercial photographer, then head over to tinhousestudios.com. I'll put the link in the description. You can book a review. But do take note, it'll be slightly more brutal than these here are. So here we go. First person here. This here says that you are into sci-fi, film stills, and concert photography. Okay, that's good. That's two things that work together. There's your name. So we go to cinematic. Okay, these are not film stills. This is a mixture of anime and behind the scenes. Not anime. What's it called when people like to dress up as things? Oh, it's completely gone for me. You know what I mean? They go to conventions and stuff. It looks like photographs from that. And some cool behind the scenes stuff. These are two completely different things. It looks amateurish because of these sorts of shots here, like the Thor look. Like, everyone knows this is not the Thor poster, but then this is a good shot. This is a good shot. This is like, that needs work. You need to get rid of some of that. Concerts. So, ignoring the Dutch angle, there's only two photographs here. There's the tie-up of someone, and then there's these two landscapes. So, need a bit more stuff there. Personal work. Oh, this is nice. Look, it's someone at one of the conventions having a beer. Like, really out of character. I like that. That's cool. That's really cool. Again, these three shots here are the same three shots. It kind of works there. I don't know. This is like just a random pictures I like, but some of these are really good. A lot of these are better than your actual stuff about. Hello, my name is Pedro, Bristol-based photographer with a kind of approach specialising in film stills for cinema industry. So yeah, I think this website says beginning of my career, done some work, which is good, but I don't really understand what I'm trying to do. Cosplay, that's the word I was looking for. Knew it was in there somewhere. Yeah, your portfolio needs work. It needs to be. You need to do more shooting, and also you need to, separate these behind the scenes stills from like poster stills. But yeah, it says what you say it says. That's great. That's a good sign. When you say this is what I am, and then the website says the same, that's a good place to be. Just need some more work on your photography. Etienne Lane, very nice. This image here was in the portfolio review. I couldn't tell if I liked it or not in the portfolio review. Still can't tell. I wouldn't lead with it because of that. But let's have a look. So you are a lifestyle photographer, very good quality of work. You need to get yourself an agent because you are based And I think I might be confusing you with someone else. I know you are in Guernsey. Guernsey is beautiful, but it is the arse end of nowhere. There's nothing there. You need to either be getting to London or getting London representation, because there's no reason why you can't just pop over to the UK to shoot. And this sort of work here is very much in demand. So you're a lifestyle photographer. The work is beautiful. It is a great body of work. I think this will intimidate most people in Guernsey, which will result in fewer bookings. I particularly like this one here. Stories, what's that? Overview stories. Okay, brilliant. So we can go into these and we can see the entire. Perfect. This is brilliant. Great. People. Those are your people portraits. Very good. Some are better than others, but generally speaking, very good. There's a clear style compositionally. Some of these here, like, I don't know whether you'd like use high-speed sync indoors or something, but it's gone a bit wrong. But anyway, that's not what this is about. Headshots, very good. And about, what do you think you are? Portrait and lifestyle photographer from Guernsey. I'd say lifestyle and portrait. I'd put lifestyle first. I love this picture here. If you're working with somebody, that's a great way to, put stuff in there. List some of these clients and big agencies. Get it in there. Make sure people know. Brilliant. Got your details. Very good. Amazing work. Great website. Beautifully laid out. Let's close this as we go through so I don't make mistakes. Okay. What have we got here? Bart. Am I butchering that name? So, homepage. Got a bit of about down here. That's cool. Not going to bother reading that. So you are at this stage, we don't know. Maybe drinks, maybe restaurants, but it says food and drinks. We'll go up here. Here is the portfolio. Nice. You're a restaurant photographer and bar photographer. That's what this says. Very good. Got some product work here. Okay, so sort of lifestyle product work. Very good. Video. Not as good as your stills, but that might not be your fault. That's just the same thing. Yeah. Good to have in there. Could do with a bit more work. Contact details. Where's the... About. Here we go. Okay, this red flag right at the stop. It says you don't know what you're doing. Delete that. And you're based in Cambridge. Delete Cambridge. Just put UK. Freezing movement and creating graphic scenes. I don't think that's true. Am I wrong? There's nothing overly graphic about these scenes. I'd say they're the exact opposite of graphic work. There's a couple of poor shots, but they're not, like, I wouldn't class them as freezing movement. Have a look at that. I think what you're saying and what you're showing are two different things. Colin, recent work. I don't like this website. This is off center, this is centered, this is off center, this is centered. It's all over the shop. Don't like that. How commercial food photographer, current work. Where's your menu? Can't work that website. That'd get closed by clients. Larissa. Oh, got a Pac-Man thing. Love it. Brilliant. Bright, airy. I mean, I love this style of work. This is kind of like, this is my jam. Very good. I'm liking this. Good portfolio. I love the addition of moving images. It's something I've added to my website recently. It just makes it stand out a bit more and shows that you're up to date. There's your food. Drinks. Come on. There we go. Oh, yes, that's beautiful. But again, not a review of work. This is great work in here, though. Right. Client work. Who are you shooting for? I don't know what these are doing. They're not working. You should be shooting for bigger clients with the body of work you've got. You need to do something about your marketing. Like that. I've not seen a GIF as a... Very good. Short lady on the pink lady. Very good. Now, unless you are styling as a job, I'd remove that and have a separate styling website, because nobody wants the jack of all trades. Your work is beyond that stage of going, I do everything. So lose that. Got your contact stuff. You've got a blog. Now, this is the first blog we've seen. Everyone should have a blog. Call it what you like. Get rid of the date, though, because if you get busy and nothing happens, people might think you've disappeared. But great to have it. You're using it in the right way. Very good. That's a great website. Stuart Monreal Photography, not familiar. Now, I recognise a lot of the people on here because they're part of the Facebook or the Patreon. Here we go. I like the lots of images on a page. Very good. Who's buying this is the question. So this is your portfolio. What are you saying you are? I'm confused. Portrait photographer based around Brisbane area. I can see it's portraits because there's people there, but what is it that you do? Like, what's the use here? What's the purpose? What is it you're trying? I'm not sure. Like, these are underexposed for starters. And like this looks like you've gone, I'm not sure how to edit down, so I'll just put them all in. If they're good, they're in, rather than editing down. The black and white style of editing I don't like. It's a bit muddy. The midtones are quite dark and the blacks are really crushed, which is fine, but you can't have crushed blacks and crushed midtones because you just end up with a muddy image. I think like some of these images are great. Like, this is a beautiful portrait, but I don't know who's buying these. Like, I don't know who would go, yes, this is what we need for our particular work. So I think make a list of the 10 people you want to shoot for and work backwards from there is a good point to go for. No, don't join up. No, this closed. That's it. That's gone. Don't have a mailing list sign up on your commercial website. Jeez. Food and drink, product and still, lifestyle, travel, projects, workshops, and like this. This is what we call identity crisis. Now, the reason I have Tin House Studios and scotchcasino.com as two separate websites is because they're two completely different things. What's in info here? What are we saying we are? Toronto-based commercial, editorial photographer, retoucher, and educator. Too many things in one place. People don't want to retoucher, educator. Like it's too much. Too many things. So you need to cut this down. What is it you're doing here? What is it you're aiming for? What's the... Well, who are you? And this just complicates matters further. Although this is a great load of tear sheets. That's very good. This works okay. Like, this is solid food photography 101. It's fine. This works okay. Good, solid product photography for social media use, I'd imagine predominantly. This is really good. I think you need to reassess who you are as a photographer. Now, if you don't like doing this sort of thing, I used to do this sort of work. I can produce good lifestyle work. But, like, I just come out in, like, drenched in sweat from anxiety with palpitations and then have to have a pint. I think you're at a crossroads. I think you need to decide where your main focus is or how you can tie them in better. Because then these are beautiful pictures, but these have nothing to do with anything. It'd be hard to book you because nobody knows what it is you're doing. And you've got your workshops and lessons here. What are you saying? One-to-one sessions and group workshops. Brilliant editing archive. Like this is great. This is its own website. Like this whole section here, different website entirely. Bring in a whole new, call it something else, like I've done. For those who don't know, let me just quickly show you. This is me. It's just an overview page I've come up. This is my photography website. This is me as a photographer, and then this is me if you want to come and learn something. You want some coaching. You want to have a workshop, whatever it may be. Look, you can even sign up for the, I think we've still got 20 tickets left for this one here if you want to get a pre-sale for this, about all that good stuff. But they're two different businesses. Right, fashion photographer, fashion 1, fashion 2. There's no doubt in my mind what this guy does. I know this guy. But I've not seen his website, actually. Seen his social media. It's good quality work. Now, I believe he's somewhere in Eastern Europe. And the styling is different to British fashion photography. Oh, I like how you've done this. You've got the blues. You got the reds. That's clever. Obviously, this will not work forever in your portfolio at some point. That's going to have to change. But for the moment, that works well. Blog. 2021 review. What's happened this year then? Like, that's all great. I think it's great to have like a big review of the year. But yeah, no, get rid of it or use it. And you should use it. Picture of yourself. Yep, that's very good. Some select clients at the bottom. Contact page. You are a fashion photographer. It is very easy to work out who you are. I don't think you should have this picture here. This says gear nerd, and that's not what we want to put across. Have a party picture or something. What we got here? Fashion. Brilliant. That's a beautiful picture. So we've got here beauty. Maru Gwen. Sorry if I butcher anyone's names. I reviewed this picture. Loved it. Yeah, you know you're good. Yes. Very nice. Got lookbooks, portraits, projects and personal. Oh, yes. I love it. The still life works with the fashion. Very clever. Very good. What the hell is this? Now, I can't read this. Yeah, I don't like the booking system. What's that about? I don't let people book on a website. You have to contact me to tell me what you want. Contact. How do I phone you? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, great website. That's exactly what you do. Those last two were very much on brand. Hayden, fashion photographer. Great work. Nice work. Clean white background. And just as a point of reference here, 2 images wide, I think that is the least you should go in today's day and age because of the Instagram whole thing. People like to see grids. Fashion work's great. Food and drink work, not as good, but not bad. If that makes sense. It's like, it's good, but it's not as good as your fashion work. You're better at fashion work than food and drink. Personal work, this is good because it ties in to the other work. See here, this personal work, actually, this work's actually better than your fashion work. Ooh, maybe you're not a fashion photographer. I don't know. Don't let my flippant comments suddenly like throw a curveball into your life. This stuff's good. I like this stuff more than the other stuff, but I don't like fashion photography, so maybe that's why. So yeah, I think if you're going to have the food and drink here, this image here, which I don't particularly think is well executed, and this image here, they're more the sort of food and drink images you need to be pulling out here, because this here has nothing to do with anything else you do. So I think make food fashion. Like maybe that's an angle. Maybe not, but maybe it is. Great website straight away. Love this one. Portfolio, people, series, about. What are you saying you are? What do you think you are? A commercial advertising photographer specializing in food, beverage, and product imagery. So you're specializing in food, beverage, and product imagery, but we've got portfolio and people. So that's interesting. This works fine. Some of it's really good. That's cool. Not seen that before. Yeah, some great work in here. That banana looks rank. You needed a better banana. I thought the concept's great. But again, we're not here to do that. But yeah, great work. Brilliant work. What's this people thing about them? What's going on here with people? I need to know. Yeah, you're not as good at portraits as you are at food and drink. And again, your portraits aren't bad, but your food and drink works better. I'd be interested to know whether you get any work from this, or perhaps it's holding you back. I don't know. Yeah, good website. Very well put together. Douglas, I did a portfolio review for you many moons ago, so it'll be interesting to see where you've gone with it, because at the time I thought your work was very dated and was all over the place, and this is much more cohesive. Love this picture. So what have we got? Gallery 1. I love this shot as well. This is brilliant. It reminds me of Talking Heads, the band, for some reason. Don't know why. Very good, very like classic business, you know, and I know the area you're in, this is what people want, and this is a great example of doing what's right for the area that you live in. So what are you saying you are these days? What's going on? Yeah, just corporate. Very good. You do exactly, if somebody's looking for this, they know that you do it, which is, you know, is half the battle. Red Wolf. So Red Wolf Media, product, I'm going to try and butcher any of these words in Italian. So this is very confusing. You are it looks like you're an ad agency. You do products. Let's open that tab. This stuff and family stuff. Random list of services, but to be honest, you'll do whatever you're paid to do. So you got some product work. It's okay. It's not great. Some food work. It's okay. It's not great. And family work. What's this? Why have you got weddings in here? This here is a fail of a website. Like I understand that you're starting out, which is why the work's of the quality it is, and that's not what these reviews are about. Like the work's not up to a high standard, but then no one's is when they're starting out. But this is a separate business to this and this. These two belong together. The family stuff, that's an entirely different business. You can't market them all together. Nobody who wants to book a commercial photographer wants someone who shoots family portraits and weddings. It's like career suicide. We've got Ashley here. There's Ashley. And this is great. Single style of work. Very clear as to what she does. And I spoke to Ashley about this. Then she's got an event and nightlife stuff on the same page. I don't think these go together, because this is club night photographer. This is creative, show me the big money photographer. I think these should be two different websites. I don't think the club night people will be put off by the food stuff, but I think the food people will be put off by the club night stuff. We've got here contacts. Remove that for over 5 years. 5 years is not enough to brag about. You've only been doing it for 2 years. Who's going to trust you with a big campaign if you've been doing products and still life for 2 years? But let's have a look. Photo. That's cool. That's cool. It's good work. It's very clean. It's nice. Yeah, these wine bottle shots I'm not a fan of, but then you have to see a good shot of a wine bottle. That's a great shot of bubbles. Some great stuff in here. But yeah, your about sections putting people off. Lose that. And also, this is the amount of time people are spending looking at your websites, just to be clear. Portfolio, food, people and places, environmental portraits, personal work. What are you? Key ingredient photography. It says food. That must be food. That must be what you do. Let's go to food. Let's see the whole lot in one go. Okay, so sort of beginner, intermediate level food work. How do I get back? This one? There we go. People and places. Yeah, some like snapshots at markets and food stalls. All right, not great. The website needs loads of work. This is infuriating. Like, I shouldn't have to click on this many things. It's like, is it just if this here is a portfolio because you've got the pictures. Like, lose this. Like, this doesn't add anything. Like, there's no. What's your personal work? Oh no, is this your personal work? And these are just pictures. Like, there's no cohesion to any of this. This is just. This says I own a camera. I take pictures. Facebook. Oh, it goes to Facebook. Right, lose that. No one uses Facebook. Archive. I don't understand. This is just chaotic. That needs a complete rehaul. Massimo. Don't like the background. It's busy and it's detracting from the images. Go plain white. Okay, so some food and product. Is that what you're saying? Remove how long you've been doing it for. You've been doing it for 16 years. I would expect slightly higher quality of work after 16 years. Doesn't say anything about what you are. You need to go through some sort of like practice where you work out what it is you are as a photographer, and you need to shoot more. If after 16 years you've only got the test shoot you did here, this shoot you did here, this one, there's not enough depth of work to say you were there for 16 years. So work on that. Imran. +251. Where on earth is that? View more. Let's see what you got. Beverage, food, product. All very brown. Now the question is, if it continues like that, it's a problem. If it doesn't, you're good. You're good. Okay, that's not bad. So you've got food, beverage, products. That works well. About. Perfect. Yeah, you do exactly what you say you do. If someone's looking for you, they have found it. You're not confusing anybody there. So this website here, we've got home. This is a food photographer. Got a bit about you down there. You've got projects. Perfect. And this is like your blog page, as it were. Very well used. Good stuff. Great for SEO. About. Food photographer and food stylist. Again, 2 separate websites. One for styling, one for photography. Otherwise, you're doing yourself out of big work because people will see it and go, and here, at gmail.com, lose that. It should, I'm not going to. Shibani Mishra? If I've pronounced that right, let me know in the comments below because I will be shooketh. But there we go. This is great. See, and let me just point this out. You go to this website and you go, this is what this person does. This is what they are. Easy to tell. You just crack on with it. It's brilliant. Okay, what's all this empty space over here? Something's gone wrong with your website. So we've got product, so photography portfolio, product. This website doesn't work. Like this looks bad. All this empty space, and then you've got your little thing like crammed. Yeah, that's a bad website. That needs completely revisiting. I don't know what's gone wrong here. And then this one's full page and pixelated as anything. That needs like a fine attention to detail. Okay, I'm going through it. Lisa, we did get yours earlier. Hello. Home, chefs, savoury, sweet. What's this and that? Random stuff. Okay, not keen on that. Cocktails. This needs some finessing. You've got multiple styles of work going on at the same time. It's not that you just do one shot over and over again. That's also bad, but this needs a little bit of finessing as to what it is you're trying to achieve. It is quite chaotic. Despite the fact it's all food related, it's too broad. So yeah, that needs some work. Straight into it. Nice work, like this egg shot. What got here? Products. Very good. Contact. There you are. Perfect. See how simple this site is compared to others. Here's the food and drinks. Here's your products. Get in touch. Find me on Instagram. It's that, straightforward and simple. It's a great website. Very good. London-based food and product photographer. Brilliant. Food 1. Food 2. There we go. Okay, the actual quality of the work needs some help, but about. There you are. Services. I don't think a services page is good because what it's saying is you do this, this, and this. And let's be honest, if the paycheck's right, you're doing anything. Or at least I am. Maybe I'm just a bit of a... Yeah, lose the services page. You don't need that. That's too small. I'm squinting to read it. Right, so... Oh my word, what's going on here? I'm assuming you're a hobbyist. About. Centre of Scotland. Prints for sale. Right, your work, my friend, is all over the place. Some of it is great. Some of it, like this one here, with the greatest respect, this is not good. But then other bits are really good. It's incredibly confusing. Portfolio. And the website's like a maze. I've had to go through all these clips to get to a portfolio. This is good. Like some of this is good, some of it's not. This is not good. But some of it's lovely. You need to work on your portfolio in terms of like culling it. It's like you take good pictures and bad pictures, but you don't know the difference. I think some sort of like, this is a bad picture. This is a good picture. This is a bad picture. This is a bad, like you need to go through it and try and work out what's good and what's bad. If your aim is to sell prints, the prints for sale page is not doing it because the first pictures or 2 are bad. And then this is good. Like it's like, and the problem is, by the time you see this good one, you've already lost value by showing the bad ones. You need someone to go through your work and help you discover what's good and what's bad. And the website needs simplifying. I like this. Portfolio, about, contact. What are you saying you are? Interior photographer. Let's go to portfolio, and I expect to see, yes I do, interiors. Beautiful. Great website. Great portfolio. Very nice. I've gone to that already. Fail. absolute fail. Where's your phone number? I don't want to, like, I don't know whether this website's still functioning. There's no blog with dates on it, even if there was. Where's your phone number? Like, email us and phone number on here. I need to contact you for a job. I'm not going to fill out like, what? I don't even know what happens if I fill this out. Do you phone me back? I don't want that. Like, put your details down. You're losing so much work from that. Food photographer. I don't know what this little bit at the top's about. Here's your portfolio, though. Portfolio is okay. About pro food photographer. Just food photographer. Fine. I should put pro. That sounds like it's copy and pasted from my website, which is fine. Do not worry. There we go. That's all right. Work needs help. I've seen this one. Professional photographer, Hong Kong. Black and white nights. What? What's this? Okay. Yeah, this I didn't know what you are here. Are you a music magazine? And we've got some restaurants. This is like an identity crisis. What are you saying you are? You specialise in food and portrait at competitive prices. This is like a let's throw the net wide and hope for the best. This. What's Sunset Survivors? Okay, so the project shot is great. Event photography, documentary photography, lifestyle photography, portrait. It's like no one knows what you are. You're just the jack of all trades, master of none. Hunter creates things. I assume your name is Hunter. Yes, Hunter Scott. There you are. Good about section. Street photography, portraits and events. Okay. Now, street photography has very little, obviously, commercial viability, but that is not the point in it. Portraits. They're nice. And then events. Now, I assume you're more of a social documentary photographer than a commercial making money photographer. If so, this is great. If you're trying to make commercial work out of it, then this is bad. Again, no details to actually contact you on. I mean, for someone like... you're selling prints. There we go. Yeah. I like social documentary photography. It is something that I like to look at. I like looking at this sort of stuff. Don't like doing it. It puts the fear of God into me. But this is great. And it's very difficult to review that website because you're obviously not selling, as it were. You're doing. This is a creative pursuit, not a professional pursuit. But yes, good for you. Boop, boop. Again, you are the mid-level photographer who does a bit of everything. You're the person they hire for the mid-range job. Specialises in food photography. After this point here, unless it's related, you're no longer specialising. Portrait photography, interior photography. There's too many things that you specialise in to be specialising in them. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see the work. Let's see. Am I wrong? Yeah, these are good, competent images, but you clearly don't specialise in portraiture. This website's infuriating. Yeah, you're a jack of all trades. Pick your thing, do it. And that's not to say drop everything else in the meantime. But what if you could do one of these three things only? You could only do what... Why doesn't this work? There should be a drop down here. I'm having to go back to the home page to go to the next portfolio. Interiors are lovely. What is it you are? What are you trying to be here? I think... Oh, there we go. There's the links at the bottom. Your website needs work. What's this? Dustin. Dustin. This is my dyslexia kicking in. How do I... Is that it? Click on everything and something will work. So what are you here? What are you? That's your CV. I don't know. I can't work the website. Give in. And that might seem brutal. I've seen that one. But I'll be honest. This is exactly how people work. Like when you've got, this is good. Hey, look, food and drink, about me, contact. Simple as great. Everything works. You need a one here called portfolio though, because I know you can click on this to get back to it, but not everyone knows that. About home, about portfolios. What portfolios we got here? Commercial. Nice. Needs more, but nice. How do I get back? Portfolios. Editorial. Great. Not sure it's all editorial work, but great. The website, this is really complicated. What's Manchester United? Some work you've done there. Lose this logo. This says amateur hour. But yeah, it's all right. Needs a bit of finessing. Sam, documentary and portrait photography. Let's view your portfolio. Great. It's broken down into projects here. This is your documentary work. Your portraiture work. On location. In a studio. Very simple. About. There's you. Written in the third person. I think you have to have very big balls to have your about section written in the third person. Put your details down here. No one's filling in a contact form. Unless you're someone big, I don't think the third person is a way to write it right. I don't like this. It looks like a shop. So you've got music videos, live events, portrait, automotors, real estate, landscape. I thought I was just going to go on and on then. Who do you think you are? Services. Oh my word. Contact. It's like a shop. No contact details there. Services. No one knows what they're getting here. This website is stopping you from getting work. Decide who you are. Be that on your website. Here's who this is. Hello, April. Food photography, product photography. Two things that sit together. Good. Portfolio. Loser services. Yep, that works. What have you put in your service out of interest? This is like clicky. No. All of this gone. You're leaving money on the table. Don't limit yourself. What's in your other work? Oh, and this is where it all unfolds. This is where it goes. And I do everything. Please book me for something. Yeah, I'd lose that. Koi? I think that's right. I'm a commercial photographer specialising in portraiture, food photography, lifestyle photography. Which one do you specialise in? Let's see. Where's the rest of it? Oh, I see. There we go. This was a style of portfolio that was very trendy a few years back, where you had the different bodies of work like down here. Okay. Now the reason this sort of work has fallen, this sort of website has fallen out of favour is I can't see everything at once. I'm like having to like, it's just a nightmare of just like, where is it I'm trying to get to? The work quality is good across all of them. I'd like to know in the comments below which one you think you're best at. I think it's your portrait work, personally. But yeah, let me know. I'm fascinated to know. I think you're a portrait photographer. What do you say? Oh, in Vietnam. I've been to Vietnam. It was good. I had fun times. Now, obviously, in Vietnam, it's a smaller economy. Maybe you can't specialise in just one thing. And I'm going to speak to somebody who's a professional in a small economy as well somewhere, just to get like that. Because I'm like, yeah, just do this. It's like, yeah, we work in London. You can just do that and be busy. Vesper in the city. I mean, your work's great. You know that. We all know that. And the website could put it together better. I don't like this individual bits here. I think you could do better there. Oh, that's still you. There we go. Oh, that's making me feel funny. I'm a director of photography. That's got to go. That's That's it's gonna give me a migraine. Where's your contact details? You're in London. I've got to get off this page. That's making me feel unwell. Portraits, headshots, cattle. These are great. I like this already just from seeing these bits. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe they could do with a little bit more work. I was a bit overly on it at the start, perhaps. Yeah, the website this is really confusing. It's like it's a portfolio, but it's like it's pictures everywhere, but hard to find out what I'm actually looking at. It needs simplifying. Look at the more simple websites here and sort of see an education program in here as well, and you've got it's too much. I'm taking back my initial praise. This needs to go because it's too. I can't read this whilst this is going on. I can't find your contact details. I go to your photography. We've got a couple of things here. You got your personal. See what that is. Okay, and then these like I don't know. It's like a photo dump here. It needs finessing. That some work needs to be done on this to bring it down to something which is clearer. Craig Alexander Photography, home, prints, gallery, bands and artists, weddings, video, pricing. That needs to go. Let's go to gallery. I assume that means portfolio. Of what? I'm not sure. Bands and holiday photos? What's in bands and artists then? 2 bands. Weddings. What this website says to me is you've shot 2 bands and 1 wedding. So what's your pricing saying to me? £600 for a wedding. That is saying not good things. I don't know how you can do a wedding for £600 and be paying tax and be paying insurance and be... Some things afoot here. Like, I wouldn't shoot a wedding for less than £1,200 when I would shoot weddings. I wouldn't shoot a wedding for any amount now, not for less than 10 grand anyway. Music videos from £500. Lose the pricing page. 1, you're leaving money on the table, and 2, I would look at this and go, even if I like the wedding pictures, I don't think the wedding portfolio here is great. I'll be honest, it looks like you took 5 photos at a wedding. But even if it was an amazing portfolio and I saw the price of like, oh, that's a cheap price, that's probably not going to end well. What we're saying though, specialise in bands, portraits, weddings and landscape. You don't specialise in any of that. You're trying to find out what you specialise in, and that's fine. We all start somewhere. And I think this is a great portfolio to finish on actually, because this is a new photographer's website, which is fine. Everyone's allowed to be a new photographer. I was a new photographer who specialised in weddings, bands and everything under the sun because I just didn't know. You need to start knowing, and also you need to start shooting. Like there's just not much work here. There's like, you can see it's like 3 days of photography on an entire website, and 2 videos. You've got to be testing every week. New shoot every week. That's what you need to be doing. Don't worry about the website too much now. It's not, it's copy some of the better ones from earlier. But what you need to be doing as a photographer is shooting. That's beautiful. That's not. Neither's that. But then that's kind of got some like American cafe wall art vibe to it. But anyway, I digress. That is a really good shot, by the way. This one here. That's beautiful. I like that. You need to be shooting more. Just shooting more. And you're not going to get bookings very often because you don't have much work. So, test shoots, speculative work. You need to be doing stuff which is going to buff out this portfolio, and more importantly, is going to help you realise who you are as a photographer. I'm going to give you a follow on Instagram so I can see how that progresses, how that moves forward. And just remember, it's fine to be a beginner. Everyone starts at the beginning, but what you need to do is be working more. I expect by the time I look at this website again in, say, a month's time, that there's 6 new photo shoots on there as a minimum, like absolute minimum, assuming you get no paid work. But there we go. That's how I would look at these websites if I was a client. If I was looking for a photographer, this is what I would think when I opened them. So this is not from the perspective of a photographer. This is from the perspective of someone trying to work out, do I want to book you or not? So slightly different way about things, but I hope it's been of use. See you soon. Goodbye. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's been of use to you. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more of these types of videos or what you'd like. Tell me what you want, because that's what these videos are made for. And I do have a weird rule at the moment where once a month I make one video that's just purely for me, in terms of what I want to do, with no qualms about the rest of the internet world. But let me know what you want and I will make those videos. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.